Welcome to the first official build video for iCanMod. My name is Tobias, as you probably would have known from the first intro video we put up. And today I'm actually going to start and hopefully complete the build for Cuzillion, which is an artist in Perth. As I mentioned in the intro video, this build was brought to us by Dj Klasik, a DJ in Sydney. And he did a fundraiser to build a computer for Cuzillion, so he can help further his artistic career. Definitely recommend going and checking out his streams on Twitch, so go and give him a follow, and also check out some of his work there too. So we'll put the link in the description below for Cuzillion, and we'll also throw a Klasik link in there as well, so you can go give him a follow too. So shout out to those two. In a minute I'm going to take you through the parts that we have for the computer. It's to give a bit of background, this computer is designed for the best performance for the money that we had, or the budget that we had, rather than being all flashy and RGB ridden, to help give Cuzillion the next sort of step with his career. So it's not going to have flashy lights, it's not going to be a super build. This is about building on a budget to help somebody. And that's what we're going to do, and that's what I think we're going to achieve. One thing I did want to point out is that with this build, I did mention in the intro video to the channel that we'd be using this as a step-by-step of how to build a computer. Due to time constraints, I've had to change that, so we will actually just be putting in a bit of a montage and a time-lapse of me actually building the PC, so you can sort of see how I go about building a computer. And the goal today is to get it to post. So we'll have a monitor and we'll make sure we get it to post, and then I can worry about installing Windows and stuff on it later. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to get everything set up, and I'm going to go through the parts list with you. So let's start with the case. I'm going to move this out of the way. We are going with an Antec case. Now, for those of you who know computers, know that Antec has been around for forever and a day. And this case actually got some great reviews. It's a small form factor case. It's the VSK10. And it's actually the VSK10 window. So we'll be able to see inside the computer, and I'm a bit of a fan of having that window. Personally, I'm not a fan of closed cases, so that's going to be really good for Cuzillion to be able to see everything working in there. Being a designer and love of the arts, you know, hopefully the solution and the build that I do for him is aesthetically pleasing. Next, I guess the next part is to go to is the heart of the computer, and this is where we had to make a hard decision. Originally, we had only budgeted to get a Ryzen 5 3500X. Now, for those of you that know the 3000 series Ryzen CPUs, the 3500X is 6 cores with 6 threads. And look, it would probably do what we wanted, but obviously it has some limitations with the amount of threading that it has. So I made a decision that we needed to cut corners elsewhere, and we've actually gone up to the Ryzen 5 3600, so now it's going to get 6 cores, 12 threads. It's still going to have a max boost of 4.2 gigahertz, and it runs at about 3.6 base. Okay, so that is a great buy that we managed to fit in this build, considering the budget that we had. It also means that he doesn't have to upgrade that anytime soon, and the reason being is the board that we chose. So we went with the Tough Gaming, or the ASUS Tough Gaming B550M+. So this is their micro ATX board, and it is one of the best B550s that I've found and had a look at and researched. It's going to give that tough gaming, you know, guarantees of the quality. It has a 3-year warranty. We managed to get this one in at about $80 below its recommended retail price, so that's a massive find. If I can find those prices, I will put the links below so that you can, or at least a part list so you can see what's in the build. Graphics card. Now this one, I have to say a big thank you once again to Facebook Marketplace, the person who purchased or sold me this. It is brand new, it is still sealed, it has the sapphire seal on it still, never been used. It's a Radeon RX 580 Sapphire Nitro Plus. So it's overclockable. I've never really overclocked my graphics cards, I've never really felt like I needed to, but the ability is there. But this is a great card to start with for Cuzillion. We can plug it in and it'll run pretty much everything that he wants to run and still play some games fairly well. And from the games that he told me that he would play, it'll work perfect. And because we went with the RX 580, we were able to save a bit of money. Now, one thing I will say about graphics cards is generally, depending on what you're doing and if you're gaming, you want 30 to 40% of your budget to go specifically to the graphics card. In this, it's going to do a little bit more than just playing games. So we needed processing power, we needed memory, etc. So we sacrificed a little bit of that budget for the graphics card to get the better CPU and obviously some better memory. So that leads me to the memory. The motherboard has 4 DIMM slots, or 4 slots for RAM, so to make use of all of them and to give the best, I guess, performance, we have 4 8 gig Corsair Vengeance LPX. So it's DDR4, 3600 megahertz. It has a CL rating of 16. So that is going to be great. And obviously too, that's something that we can do cheaply so that Cuzillion doesn't have to upgrade later on. This should last him, barring none of the sticks fail, quite a while. Corsair is pretty good, and their track record and their quality is really good. So I'm a big fan of Corsair's sort of memory, and so glad we could put that in for him. When it comes to storage, we have 2 terabytes of storage, so two 1 terabyte drives. We've got a Crucial P1 M.2 solid state, 1 terabyte. Great entry level option for storage is the P1 by Crucial. Crucial, in my mind, are one of the better storage providers, and I like to use Crucial in my builds. So I've gone with the P1 for the operating system and for the key programs like Adobe Premiere and stuff that Cuzillion will be running. And then for some secondary storage, we have the BX500 2.5 inch solid state drive. So that'll give him somewhere to store all his graphics and projects that he's working on. So we don't fill out this, and it can be used mainly just for the operating system and Adobe Premiere and any other software that he's running. So we've got a 650 watt, it's the Strider Gold S series. It's 80 plus gold rated, which is going to give great performance and great power to the board and everything. It'll offer a little bit of upgrade, so if a new video card does go in, there should be enough spare room or overhead on the wattage that it generates, that a better or more powerful graphics card should be fine with that power supply. And then obviously just to fill out and make sure there's plenty of cooling going on, as Cuzillion does live in Perth. Now for those of you who know Perth, if you're from Australia, it gets hot. So we want to make sure that the components inside are well cooled, which is why I would not bend or break on putting in a AIO. Now it's not the top of the range, it's not the Kraken XT, X53 or whatever it is. It is a deep cool solution, but it gets great reviews. It was about $100, and for $100 for an AIO, the worst review that I saw, or worst average review that I saw, and it was about 4 stars out of 5. Can't argue with that. So collectively, I actually checked this, and it had over the sites that I checked, probably about 1,000 reviews, and it always came between 4 and 5 star. So if you're looking for an AIO and you can't afford to break your bank on it, but you need something a bit better than an air cooler, this is your way to go. Fans light up. It all goes with Aura Sync and things like that, so you can change the colors of it. ASUS's Tough Gaming Board runs Aura Sync, so we should be good to go. And then there's a couple of just some blue LED 140 fans to go in the front, just to push some cold air through, to make sure the graphics card and everything and all the componentry stays nice and cold. Alright, so what we're going to do now is I'm actually going to get everything prepped. I'm going to start pulling everything out of the boxes. The videos that you're going to see, it is a time lapse from here. But yeah, so the next thing you're going to see is the montage. So let's get to building. So, as you can see, she's all ready to go. A bit of an update. I have actually done some extra work to this one. So we've had some issues with the shipping, which is now getting worked out. So hopefully that will get sent in the next week or so. I'm just waiting on to hear back from that. So it'll be on its way to you there, Cuzillion. So you should hopefully have it before we publish this video. I did actually manage to fit in the bottom here an extra 3.5-inch hard disk drive with 2 terabytes of storage. So it's a Seagate Barracuda. So that gives him an extra mass storage device for all of his projects when they're finished. As you can hear, it's really quiet. Thermals are really good. The only issue that I really had was with the AIO. So I've had to reverse mount it so that the Deep Cool logo is upside down, and I've tried to see if I can get that to spin, and I can't, and I don't want to break it. Because of how wide the connections are for the AIO, they were impeding on the RAM. Now it would fit, but the RAM sticks would, if I pushed it in there, it would have bent the RAM sticks, and I don't want to do that and get multiple issues that I'd have to try and fix over the phone with Cuzillion. So everything's good to go. It's been a great build, really enjoyed doing it. Once again, thank you to DJ Klasik for the opportunity. Cuzillion, mate, I really hope you like the PC that's on its way to you. It's got a bit of extra lighting in there that we initially weren't going to do, but I think the blue really sets it off for you, and I think you're really going to enjoy it. So thanks for tuning in with us. I would appreciate if you'd give us a follow on YouTube and Twitch. We'll put our LinkTree in the description below. It's really going to help us grow the channel. Our first goal is to get to the 100 subscribers on YouTube, so we're hopefully going to get there fairly quickly. But we'll be back soon with another build. I've got my build where I'm upgrading my current rig just to keep me going until I build my new personal gaming rig. So that one's coming up soon. And just some other bits and pieces about how we went about installing everything. So Windows is all installed, ready to go. All your games are installed and optimized for that graphics card. But yeah, we'll see you on the next one. Peace.